Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Total Biscuit. A quick update just to ensure that you know what's going on once again. I like to do these because I like you to be informed as to where I am, because generally speaking that means that you shout at me less. Not always, but sometimes, and sometimes is okay with me. It's better than nothing. So I want to let you know that I am back from Finland, and that is my busy February schedule done. Indeed, we are pretty much outside of February, almost, if not for this stupid fake day. It's like, this isn't a real day. Why am I even doing videos on this day? It doesn't count. None of it's actually happening. Whatever the case, I am back, I'm done, and I don't have anything in particular scheduled for March. I've got no big events, I don't have to be outside the country. That was on purpose, because Feb was a bit silly, and it resulted in these big content gaps, particularly the last few days, as you're well aware, where I just didn't have time to make videos. I mean, I got back 2 days before I had to leave again, so I then pumped out a bunch of Guild Wars stuff, and I had nothing prepared. I just couldn't. I didn't have the time, so it kind of sucks, and I'm sorry about that, but at the end of the day, when it comes to making videos, I'm the only one on the team that really can make them on a regular basis. Like, Jen can, but she's got a lot of other things to do as well. She manages the company side of things, financial side of things, event bookings, all sorts of other things that we have to deal with, and it takes her longer to make videos because she doesn't make videos on a daily basis. Like, I can just blast through Premiere and I know all the hotkeys and I know all this fancy stuff and I can nail stuff pretty much the first time, but for someone that doesn't do that all the time, it's kind of difficult, so she didn't really have time to make that happen. It was unfortunate, but that's just the way of it. Hopefully she'll make some more videos for the channel in the future. There are plans to do that, because the first one was, for most sane and sensible people, well received. Now, what is going on in March? Well, I'm doing all the Guild Wars 2 stuff. I've still got a lot to go through for obvious reasons. I'm fairly behind in terms of coverage, but I do have some fairly cool stuff to show you. You should see tomorrow a big warrior video that's going to include pretty much every weapon, except for axes, because by that point, for some reason, Frank didn't happen to have axes, but he's got everything else. So, show you a lot of different combinations, as well as some PvP and things like banner skills and utility stuff and stances and so on and so forth. So it's fairly in-depth on the subject of smashing or shooting things, which should be of interest to you if you wish to play a warrior. We've also got a jumping puzzle, which has a secret boss at the end, which is something that hasn't been shown by anyone just yet, I don't think. There was one jumping puzzle video by Curse. It's a different puzzle. It's not the same thing, and that one didn't have commentary. So we got that, and I've got some fairly in-depth stuff on underwater movement and combat and so on and so forth, including a boss fight that actually takes place underwater. And we've got that big explorable dungeon, which, again, to my knowledge, I don't think anyone else has got this, the explorable mode, which is the hard mode stuff. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to present that to you, because it's over 2 hours long, and obviously doing that commentary without me having played the dungeon, pretty damn difficult, but I will figure out some way to do it, probably edit out a lot of the trash and so on and so forth, and show bosses, and try and show the different aspects of the dungeon, and what makes PvE combat in a group setting inside a dungeon actually work for Guild Wars 2, because that is information a lot of people have been asking for. Aside from that, there's just a bunch of other stuff like World vs. World. We've got like 6 hours of World vs. World at least, and I need to figure out ways of commentating that. We do have some other classes that we haven't shown a huge amount of as of yet. I'm pretty sure we've got some Thief gameplay around here somewhere. So I'm making my way through the footage as quickly as I can. There's just so much of it, so it's a bit of a slog. It would be much easier if I was the one playing, but as a result, it's taking much longer than I would imagine most people to actually put these videos together. Aside from that, I do have StarCraft commitments this month, but they're not huge. I'm casting a tournament called Iron Squid, which is going on all month, and I'd recommend you watch it if you are either into StarCraft or looking to get into it, because it's a nice and easy tournament to understand, but it's got some of the best players in the world. So if you want to watch people like Boxer, the absolute Brood War legend from back in the day, then it would be a good thing to do. Further details available over on teamliquid.net if you're interested in that sort of thing. And I'm also doing this Mono Battles tournament, which I think people have got to have a look at, because it's going to be hilarious. There's no doubt about that. Those of you who don't know, Mono Battles is a variant of StarCraft that's usually just used for screwing around, whereby you are bound to only having a single unit that you can build, and it's a 4-on-4 format, so you've got to try and figure out the best way to make your unit composition work. And we're doing an all-random Mono Battles. So, pro players playing Mono Battles, all random, crazy nonsense going on. It should be fun. I'm looking forward to seeing how that turns out. I'll have an announcement very soon as to when that is happening. Aside from that, WTF is and all the usual stuff to come this month. And in April, I am planning to move to the States. Just want to point that out. This has been something I've been looking to do for a very long time. Obviously, a lot of you know that my wife currently lives in the States. We did live together in the States, but were separated due to immigration issues, and we've been working on getting back together ever since. Hopefully, if all goes well with the embassy interview, that should now be sorted. I will know in the next few weeks, and I will be able to go over to the States in April for a large calendar of gigs, including IPL4 in Las Vegas. So that should involve me staying in the States for a good few months because I have a lot of engagements there with that company. So I'm hoping that everything will be sorted out there, but video schedule should otherwise be unaffected. I've got a much better internet connection over there. I'll build myself a brand new machine. It'll be awesome. Hopefully it'll have less of the problems that this one does, and things will continue as always. Hopefully I'll be able to get even more content out. That would be pretty damn awesome if I was. We shall see. But I just wanted to keep you up to date on what's going on, and also apologize for the fact that there is only this video and Tribes out today. The reason for that is that I always do my stuff a day in advance, at least since about a month ago. It helps me put out more content, it helps me focus on making better content, but because I've come back and I'm behind with everything, I'm having to play catch-up. So there's no mailbox today. There will be a mailbox tomorrow that will be made, and also there'll be a mailbox made on Friday, which will release on Saturday to make up for the lost file, as it were. So most of the content that you're just hearing about will come out the day afterwards, and after tomorrow you shouldn't really notice, because it'll be back to regular schedule and you don't know when stuff's made. That's kind of intentional. There is one more thing I do want to put out there, which is a big thank you to everyone that supported our endeavor to raise money for charity water. As I explained a while ago, I was running for King of the Web to actually get the money for charity water, which is what I did. That has now gone through and it has been paid, as you can see on the charity water campaign page that we released some time ago. And in fact, I'm going to put it in the description below this video, just in case you guys want to continue to contribute. There's still 19 days left on the campaign. So far, we've raised $18,000, which is enough to, I believe, get clean water to about 800 plus people, 150 families, 3 different villages. It's pretty damn awesome. You guys have been fantastic in supporting this endeavor. If you do wish to donate, even if it's a small amount, then by all means it does save lives. It's fantastic that you supported me going through the King of the Web to make that happen, and hopefully in the Battle Royale we'll be able to do exactly the same thing and raise even more. Alright folks, that is me done for this particular informational little vloggy thing, and I will see you next time.